The women of Adani in Uzowani local government area have taken to the streets to protest the ongoing killings in the community by persons suspected to be armed herdsmen. Expressing their grief and frustration, one of the women leaders in Adani narrated their collective ordeal in the hands of the invaders while calling for urgent intervention. The latest incident was the killing of two brothers, Obonna Felix and Obonna John, while they were returning from the farm on Sunday, April 7th, 2024. The recent spate of violence has left the community in a state of fear and uncertainty, while tensions running high.
The atmosphere in Nimbo community, Uzowani local government area of Enugu state, remains tense following a recent attack allegedly carried out by armed herdsmen from neighboring borders. The attack, which occurred last Sunday, claimed the lives of 4 individuals, including a child.
So, for the issue, what we are realizing that Fulani killed my brother with the child he carried for his hand. They killed all of them.
I was sent to take care of a church here, and this is my place where they really entered yesterday. I saw them face to face. But it was God that saved me. And since that yesterday, this is my just coming back. I've been on the way, running up and down. So I don't know how.
Attacks on Nimbo, a border town in Uzowani, have become a recurring nightmare, leaving villagers living in fear.
I've denied us the favor and the faith of being a youth in this village. They have been dealing with us several times. This is not the first time, this is not the second time.
They announced that the government will assume responsibility for all medical bills and alleviate the suffering of victims. They also promised scholarships for the children orphaned by the attack and employment opportunities for those in need. Kelechi Ekeledo, AIT News, Enugu. They announced that the government will assume responsibility for all medical bills and alleviate the suffering of victims. They also promised scholarships for the children orphaned by the attack and employment opportunities for those in need. Kelechi Ekeledo, AIT News, Enugu. They announced that the government will assume responsibility for all medical bills and alleviate the suffering of victims. They also promised scholarships for the children orphaned by the attack and employment opportunities for those in need. Kelechi Ekeledo, AIT News, Enugu.
Sultan of Sokoto is telling Tinubu to stop ESN operation in the southeast. He said these people are causing havoc to the Fulanis, his kindred, in the southeastern part of Nigeria. We saw what happened recently in Enugu, where people were kidnapped in churches. Farmers can no longer go to their farm. And Sultan of Sokoto is telling Tinubu, enough is enough. Stop ESN from causing havoc in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Do you agree with Sultan of Sokoto telling Tinubu to stop ESN operation in the southeastern part of Nigeria?
Why didn't Sultan of Sokoto tell Sunday to stop operations in Yoruba land? Why didn't he tell people in the Middle Belt who have also formed their own militia to stop? You know that very clearly that it is not their target. Middle Belt is not their target. Yoruba land is not their target. Their target is, the Biafra land. And from what we are hearing, ESN recently, you see, it's a professional operation. I must give it to that report about ESN. Massive. I think it's over 200 camps that we are, that came under serious, onslaught by the ESN. And they have, now, to tell you what is actually going on, the same people who are running away now because of ESN operation will still call their leaders and tell them what is happening in Biafra land, that the heat is too much, the fire is over. They went and told him again. Then how did he know that there's a massive forest operation, targeting, camps that has been there for over 5 years, some of them 3 years, some of them 10 years. So there have been things that have been going on there. There have been logistics. Now, one of the things that baffles a lot of people is that how these people were able to create roots in the forest, know where they are supposed to meet, to be picked by, their logistics, arrangement, to wherever, why they are deploying. They know a particular place they will drop them. They know how to navigate inside the forest and went inside to build, camps. Someone, you can see that's where they dump victims of. But that's a heavy risk. It takes a trained professionals on security operations. Now, most of these people now, not as if they are using even drone, not as if they are using anything. It's just an intelligence operations. A suicide mission, and that is why you are seeing total collapse of the herdsmen of Fulani jihadist operations in the forest of Biafra land. So you can see the mass slaughter. You can see the massive burnt. Almost all like what we reported. What we had is that over 200 camps has been burnt down. By you don't mind him whether in the government of the eastern Nigeria, they wouldn't want to know that because the heat now that is coming from the middle belt and other, most of them are running down to Biafra land. So I think the report got to the Sultan of Sokoto and it's calling the federal government of Nigeria, and that's what that report alleged that Bola Ahmed Tinubu should actually try to stop the issue, the operations of ESN in Biafra land, that the operation is too much, and maybe the report has been coming that there's this mass slaughter that have never seen this kind of before. That place is too hard, and then questions now is that was there any agreement between the Sultan of Sokoto and the Northern Caliphate, the Fulani elite class, who are the major invisible sponsors of these operations, of this conquest agenda? Bola Ahmed Tinubu know anything about this? That he's telling them, or is he trying to, put it to him that okay, about this thing, why don't you do that? And that is why you see, recently they are going from place to place, arresting people, innocent youths of Biafra land, and labeling them IPOB, ESN. Those are not ESN, I can tell you. They can never be ESN. ESN are invisible, security network. They operate invisibly. They operate with intelligence. They operate with professionalism. They do not target innocent people. They do their aim and objective is to make sure that there's no kidnapping. Our farms are safe. All those hit and run, hit and hide legacies, operation legacies of the jihadists, of the Fulani herdsmen, is totally, brought to a total stop. And that is why they begin to discover in the course of their operation, they begin to discover that, over 200 camps in Biafra land, in Biafra forest. And I think that touched Sheikh Gumi and the Sultan of Sokoto, and they're asking Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please, can you just do something about this? But I don't.
But I think they might run out of patience if Tinubu don't abolish the ESN and its company. Said enough is enough. These people are causing havoc. Nigeria must remain one, and that if they continue to cause, or create mayhem to their people there in the southeast, that do you not think that they might be forced to do the same thing there in the northern part of Nigeria?
You can see how quiet the Fulanis, the Northerners are when it comes to the likes of Sunday Igbo and the rest of them, who has also formed their military group. That to an extent they got a license from the federal government to operate their own military. The same thing that is happening in the north. We saw it very clear that the north too, have their own jihadist Islamic military. Then why is it are they interested in the one? Why is it that they are making look look as if, the Biafrans themselves, the Igbo people themselves, do not deserve, a kind of protection. They should just open their hands and allow the Fulani to enter all the villages, and do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. So it tells you that why he's trying to tell that is that it looks like their plan is collapsing on daily basis. It looks like what they think, and that is why the struggle over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release has been very stiff, because these people are bittered that, if not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by now, the Fulani herdsmen would have been everywhere in the east now, and we have to take instruction from them before we go to farm, before we go to market, or if possible, pay levy for them, as they will mount roadblocks in every community in Biafran land. As your mothers and brothers and sisters are going to the market, they pay levy and they'll be allowed to pass. That is exactly what they want. That's exactly what they see, what they want to see happen in Biafran land. But unfortunately for them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to see ahead and be able to establish the Eastern Security Network with a sole mandate. Please, a sole mandate. Not against the Nigerian military, not against the Nigerian police, but against these jihadists inside the forest. Since they have learned they cannot live with human beings again, now inside forest, and the Sultan of Sokoto is backing them. The Fulani political class is backing them. The military is also backing them. Everything is backing them. So, so at this point, it looks as if, they need more federal government intervention. And what is the federal government going to do? Using repentant Boko Haram, clothe them in Nigerian military and deploy them inside villages to cause havoc. Because definitely, if the ESN find anybody inside the forest and you say you're a Nigerian man or you're a Nigerian police or Nigerian military, you know what will happen at the end of the day. So what in retaliatory of the Fed agenda, they now unleashed, transfer that anger to youths in the urban areas, youths in the community that know nothing about insecurity. Let me put it that way, in Biafran land. So it tells you what is going on, and of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is late for you, but the world is watching because at the end of the day, we will now use 1 to count 0.
Well, we see women there in Enugu, in Imo State, protesting, saying that enough is enough as regards insecurity in Enugu. The governors, governors are not coming to say anything as regards what's currently happening. Do you not think they made a mistake not backing Nnamdi Kanu? When Nnamdi Kanu formed the ESN, now they formed their own. We've seen Ebubagus and the Lions, Akunu Chamber, and what have you in Anambra and other states, in other part of the southeast. Do you not think they should have come out and back the ESN, just like the way Tinubu is backing so they go current military security outfit at the same time Amateku?
Because the 70% of Yorubas are Fulanis. 70% of Yorubas, are Muslims. 70% of Yorubas are called Yorubas because the Fulanis are the one that named the Yorubas. So you can see, they seem to have a lot of things in common. And that is the genuine truth. That is the fact. It was the Fulani that called them the Yoruba. The Fulani people named them Yoruba. So understand, there must be some cultural and traditional, agreement over the Igbo factor in Nigeria. Of course, that is very clear and understandable. Even if Obi becomes president, that does not eradicate, that mission that is ongoing. But the fact still remains that, before you become a governor, you must go to Sokoto Caliphate to pay homage. There's no how you become a governor in this era now. You will not be screened by the Sokoto Caliphate. And after screening you, then they will now make you governor. And when they make you governor, you know where the source of your position comes from. You cannot go against them. And that is the problem, So how would you expect, Peter Mba, governor of Enugu State, to be able to be aware or come to the world or come to the media or organize a press conference and tell the whole world that over 7 to 10 communities in Enugu State are living in IDP camps? Okay, imagine without the presence of ESN. Imagine what will happen. Is it Aguile Chamber? Is it what they call them? And look at the behavior of Soludo recently. Could you ever believe that Soludo will behave like that? It's impossible. This is a former CBN governor who will know, but he can see that, his brain has been removed. He can never, to the extent that he went to the market and was closing shops. He had to hear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But this is not what his position before he became governor. So they call those people out and give you instruction. If you fail to obey this instruction, there's no governors for you. As simple as that. And that is why, most of them are currently misbehaving. So on that note, I think the over 85 million Biafrans all over the world understand this factor. And that is why, that disintegration, separation, pull out from this entity has become a national anthem for almost all the Biafrans all over the world. And there's no going back about it. We cannot be able to become Syria. We cannot be able to become Lebanon. We cannot be able to become Egypt. We cannot be able to become Turkey. We cannot be able to become Algeria. I'm talking about nations that were Christian nations before they finally collapsed under Islam. And that is the fact. So how do you expect people like that now to say, come out? Of course, don't be surprised in the next distance there will be no federal allocation. Before you know it, they will look for one distance and say you have 85 billion. And before you know it, they tell the National Assembly, impose a lot of money on them and you'll be impeached. So these guys, they enjoy materialism over the life of their citizens. And that is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is different. And that is why they don't want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu just to be physically present, because a lot of things will be uncovered. That is the message. So now I do not know how he is going to stop that. Of course, he cannot be able to stop that. And at this point now, everything is fragile. If Sultan of Sokoto trespasses, it will not be 1967 again. A lot of people understand what I mean. I'm just saying it very clearly.
But I think it's really ready, because he's saying, don't test our patience. We keep it, that's the Muslim keeping silent, that the federal government should not take them, for
if you come to religious war, Muslim-Christian war in Nigeria, Christians have more population than the Muslims. Forget the propaganda. And secondly, if you come to the repeat of what happened in 1967 war, today Middle Belt is no longer with them. And remember, Biafrans alone, a smaller tribe, fought over how many nations around that time. No retreat, no surrender. That is just the fact. Talk less of now. Biafrans is all over the world. Those must, like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, said very clearly, you do not dare a humble looking of a lion, because the lion, you feel that the lion is weak. The humble looking of a lion does not mean that the lion is weak. And it's a direct message, because the Hausas will rise against 15 million Fulanis in Nigeria. The Middle Belt will arise against 15 million. Even if we said they want Sharia in Yoruba land, I think Christians in Yoruba land will also rise against the Fulani. So definitely they will be chased out completely from Nigeria. If they dare the Igbo nation, the Biafran nation this time around, and I can tell you in honest truth, in less than a few days, because you see, there's so much sophistications now, Biafrans have learned a lot. They are everywhere in the world, and the world is showing solidarity for their faith now, including Israel, including America, including Germany, Australia, Italy, even France. You can see they are showing solidarity. Most of them are regret. Even Britain today cannot side Nigeria. So what do you think, outside that, what do you think the Fulani will do against 85 million Biafrans this time around? Whether it is a Christian war, whether it is a religious war, whether it is a political war, whichever way it is now, the Biafrans are too sophisticated. They are the most sophisticated tribe in Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. I must tell you the truth. And if there's any form of activation, it will be very devastating. I can tell you that. So, Sultan of Sokoto to stop threatening, silence, because if you come to silence, Igbos have been silent for over 70 years now as a part of Nigeria.